If you want to drastically change up the look of those factory headlights in your non-projector equipped 2009 and newer Ram, then you might want to consider adding the light bar projector headlights shown here in black. Now these DOT approved headlights will combine a modern projector style headlight along with that black housing and some very cool diffused LED running lights, offering right around $400. Installation according to the site is going to achieve a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and take about an hour or so to complete from start to finish, as we'll show you later in the video. Now these are certainly going to be one of your more premium options on the site currently for the 2009 and newer trucks, but in my humble opinion guys, it's a clear-cut example of getting what you pay for in regards to overall build quality. Handling these things right out of the box, they're very solid, sealed well, and should provide you with years of trouble-free use. But at their core, the light bar options are going to feature that durable automotive-grade ABS plastic housing, which is topped off with the crystal clear polycarbonate lens. That's a combination I'm a big fan of because the black housing paired with the clear lens is going to give you the appearance of a dark, smoked, and sinister option, but without having to worry about cutting down on your visibility or light output at night, which, let's face it, can certainly happen with those darker smoke headlights. Now inside those housings, you are going to find a modern projector for the low beams, which is going to replace the dated reflector style low beam of the stock reflector headlights. Now a projector is not only going to look awesome, but it's also going to produce a brighter, more focused beam of light that's going to drastically improve your nighttime visibility thanks to the increased throw. High beams, on the other hand, well, that still is going to utilize a reflector style housing, but it's done so in a way that really flows with the low beam projector directly above it. Now the highlight for me though, without a doubt guys, with these headlights will be the diffused LED running lights, which span the entire length of the bottom, top, and also the side, which in turn makes for a very modern look. Finally, these things do include brand new H1 bulbs for both your high and low beams. They're pre-installed for you, so that way you are ready to rock and roll the moment you unbox these things. Lastly guys, they have been given the DOT stamp of approval, which does make them legal for use in all 50 states. But now, as is tradition here at AT, we want to show you what it takes to remove the stock headlights in your Ram and get these new light bar options in their place. So without further ado, check out our detailed walkthrough of the job along with a quick tool breakdown right now. Tools used for this installation include a 3/8 ratchet, 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, long extension, panel removal tool, a set of wire crimpers, electrical tape, and finally some butt connectors or spade connectors. All right, getting started here guys, not terribly difficult to remove the headlights in your Ram. Now what you have to do first is tackle the 10mm bolts, one up top, there's one way down there which you will need that long extension we just told you about, and then finally there is a little clip in the back here which we'll show you in a minute. But first up, I'm going to start by removing this 10mm bolt up front. All right guys, our next bolt again is way down in there. We're gonna do our best to show you, but again, it's a little tough to see because of the location of the bolt. Now for this install, or removal I should say, I like to use my long extension, 10mm socket. I like throwing a little piece of tape on there because of how that bolt is situated. Kind of snugs up the bolt in the socket and prevents it from falling out once it's removed. All right, with our 2 bolts up front removed or loose, we can now get to the rear clip. In order to do so, we need to take our panel removal tool, get it behind this Christmas tree clip, and remove it. Now we can get the panel out of the way to gain access to our clip. Now this next part will be pretty hard to see given where we're at now, but once the headlight's out, we'll show you a little bit better what exactly needs to happen. Now you're gonna stick your hand up in here, you're gonna feel around, you're gonna feel this little clip, and at that point, you're gonna wanna push that up. Now that retainer clip is going to release the back of the headlight, and at that point, you can pull the housing out of the front of the truck. All right, with that rear clip released, at this point now, I can remove it from the truck and unplug our harness. Slide the red clip up. All right guys, with the headlight removed, now you have a better idea of how this retainer clip works. When you get in here for the very first time, again, the rear of the retainer clip will be in the down position. This is going to secure the rear of the headlight. Basically, in order to remove the headlight, push up on that clip and that will release the rear clip. And at that point, you should be able to pull the factory headlight out through the front of the truck. Now, the nice thing about the light bar headlights is that they do include both brand new high and low beam bulbs already installed, so we don't have to worry about those, but we do have to swap over our factory turn signal bulb, which we're gonna do right now. All right, simply give it a little turn to the left and pull out to release the bulb. You can reinstall in reverse order, match up the grooves, install and turn to lock in place. Now, there is a little bit of wiring involved to get everything functioning properly here with the light bar headlights for your Ram. Namely this power and ground install to power up the diffused LED running lights that really set these headlights apart. Really not that difficult. Our Ram is already set up with some spade connectors for a quick connection. So we're gonna install the male end of the spade connection on our power and ground wire right now. And we'll show you where to tap these in once we get them over to the truck. You can do the wiring any different way you'd like to. Again, we're set up for a quick connection here. So we're using spade connectors, but of course you can use your soldering iron. You can use anything you have laying around the garage, standard butt connector. Soldering iron is the way to go here, proper way, but again, for this video, we're just gonna do a quick splice connector or a quick spade connector and show you where they're tapping into. All right, now that we have our headlight all set up, we have it over here at the truck. You can see our spade connectors already wired in. We do a lot of headlight videos, so instead of hacking up our harness every time, we just installed some quick spade connectors here for quick connections. Now again, you can do this any way you want to at home, butt connectors, soldering iron, you get the point. But once you have your method figured out, basically what you're gonna wanna do is simply match black to black, that's easy. And then there are two white wires on our truck currently set up. Looking at the connector head on, it's the spot on the left, the white wire, but it's always a great idea just to test first. Stick the wire in the end, power on your parking lights, and see which light actually powers on the LEDs on your headlight. But in our case, it's the white wire on the left side looking at the connector. The black wire is right in the middle, so that's where we're gonna make our connections. Cool, here's our spade connectors, quick splice connectors, whatever you want to call them. This is what we're going to use. You can use whatever you want. Now we have two white wires, so in this instance, we're going to use the white wire that's on the left side of the connector, looking at it dead on. Black wire's in the middle. All right, once you figured out which wire is which, we're simply going to make our connections. Again, black to black and white to white. All right, with that portion done, now we can move on to our factory connectors. Making sure it's seated fully, slide that clip forward. With our wiring knocked out, now we're just gonna reinstall the housing into the opening, making sure we seat this stud into the back retainer here, and then of course we'll tackle the rest of the bolts in order. Now we can reach our hand in here and pull down on that retainer clip to lock it in place. Okay, just to give you the visualization again of that headlight going back in, your new light bar, you're gonna seat the clips, of course, and then once the headlight is fully seated, simply yank down on the clip, and that retaining clip will hold the headlight in place. Now we can grab our Christmas tree clip we removed earlier, get the panel in place, and reinstall our Christmas tree clip. Now we're just gonna reinstall our 10mm bolts. I'm gonna start with the one on the bottom. Again, as you can see, we have a little piece of electrical tape that kind of snugs it in there, so it's not gonna fall out when we drop it in. So let's get it in place. Now we're just getting this kind of finger tight for now. We're not tightening it down all the way because we wanna leave some play in the headlight to secure that next bolt, which we're gonna do right now. All right. Insert the 10mm. Hand started first, and then this one we can go ahead and tighten down all the way since we've already started our bottom bolt. And our final step, go ahead and grab our long extension one last time and tighten down our 10mm bolt. All right, simply repeat that process for the passenger side and your installation is complete. We hope you enjoyed this review and install of the light bar headlights in black, available for your 2009 to 2018 Ram at home. And keep in mind, for more products and videos like this, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.